Readathon! Woo! So if you haven't guessed by the title of this video, me and Becca are hosting another Royal Readathon in October of 2022. We're going to be hosting the Royal Readathon Team Villain versus Team Princess throughout the month of October. So from the 1st of October to the 31st of October, we'll be doing all sorts of things, but it's the Royal Readathon. We're back. I feel like it's been such a long time since the last Royal Readathon. I think it was May, I want to say. I can't even remember anymore. What's my life? I don't know. How this is going to work is we have made it slightly more complicated. Well, it's not complicated, but we have made this a competition. So, Becca is the host for Team Villains, and if you hadn't guessed by the pink and the crown, I am Team Princess. So in this video, I'm going to go through the rules, the prompts, what are they prompts? Bonus prompts, and then also the Team Princess prompts. If you want to find out the Team Villain prompts, I'll leave a link in the description below to Becca's video where she goes through the exact same stuff but with the villain prompts, and then you get to decide which team you want to do, which team you want to take part in. So I think we should start with the actual prompts and then we'll move on to the points and how this is all going to work. So I've got my handy dandy prompty bits. Again, I'll put the graphics up here as well for everyone, but I'm just really excited. This is something me and Becca have been working on for a couple of years now. We had this idea, must have been end of 2020, beginning of 2021. It was like this little seed of thought that perhaps we should do competition, and we sort of like built on it, and we thought, you know what, Halloween's the perfect time to do this, so we're gonna do this. We're doing this. So let's start. You know what, let's start with the team prompts. The team prompts, we have a team book, and then 5 team prompts. I'm such a good YouTuber, aren't I? I'm so planned and organised. So, the team book is The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. Now, I'm going to go grab that. So, this is our team book. This is The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. I've had this for a while, and I want to read it. And it's princesses, and that's our team. So, I don't think a lot of people have read this either, so I thought it'd all be good for us to read it together. So that's our team book. I'm just going to put that down. Actually, can you see it? Oh yeah, you can. Wonderful. So that is our team book. That you'll get some extra bonus points when we go through the points. You'll figure out why that's an important book. Then we have 5 prompts. 5 prompts, 5 princesses. So yeah, the first princess is Aurora. Read a book with royalty. I feel like Aurora needs to be in all of the princess ones because she is one of my favourite princesses, and I just feel like, just cause. And again, the prompt itself is quite self-explanatory. She's a princess, so read a book with royalty. Mulan, read a book written by an Asian author. Again, Mulan's one of my favourite movies. Mulan's one of my favourite stories. Like, not even just like the movie itself, the animated movie, just the story of it. I absolutely adore it. So, yeah. That one's pretty self-explanatory as well. Like, then we have Ariel, read a book with a deal. Now I try to think of a different type of prompt for Ariel because I feel like a lot of the time Ariel's sort of read a book about the sea, read a book about mermaids, and the main point in the story of Ariel is the deal that she makes with Ursula. So I have made that the prompt. That could be a business deal, it could be a witchy deal, it could be selling your soul, it could be a lot of things. If you need some recommendations, stay tuned for sort of like the end of September, because there will be some recommendation videos, I believe, from myself for Team Princess and Becca for Team Villains, and also our own TBRs will be doing videos for those as well. So if you're struggling, I'll wait around for those and we'll get to you. We'll help you out. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Our Twitter is linked down below. The next prompt is Kida. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kida is from Atlantis. Love the movie so much. And if you've watched Atlantis, the prompt for Kida is read a dystopian book. So it's quite different, it's quite out there, slightly different to the normal princesses, but Kida is a princess. She is royalty in Atlantis, and it's that whole Atlantis is a dystopian world. So prompt fits. And then lastly, the last princess is Rapunzel. Read a book with adventure. So read a book could be a simple beach trip, it could be a trip to anywhere. Really, my brain just went blank. Adventure. Self-explanatory, I think. If you're struggling, like I said, ask. So they are the princess prompts. So yeah, they are our prompts. So we then have some bonus prompts that you can gain you extra points for your team. These bonus prompts are, there's 4 of them. Read a book with LGBTQIA+ representation. Anything with Alphabet Mafia. You get extra points. Again, I'll talk about points in a second. Read a book with mental health / disability representation. So anything with representation of mental health, disabilities, any form of that, give yourself some extra points. And lastly, read a book with POC representation. So again, pretty self-explanatory. Extra points. Realised I said there were 4, there's only 3. Liv, you need to learn to count. But that's fine. They're the prompts. We're going to talk about doubling up. So you can double up, but you can't double up your team book. So if you want to read a book for all 5 prompts, you can. So really, in theory, you could use 2 books and complete the whole readathon if you really wanted to do that. It's not, you're not limited to having to read 6 books to finish the readathon. Read 2 and you're good to go. So I have the point system. Woo! Gonna put that here. So the points are, it's 50 points for every prompt that you fill. So the princesses that I went through, Aurora, Mulan, Kida, Rapunzel and Ariel, will all gain you 50 points each. Now, you can do an extra 25 points for each of the bonus prompts. So say for example you've got a book that fills the Aurora prompt and it's got disability rep and POC representation, you would actually get 100 points for that book. So they add on top of that 50 points or however many prompts you're filling. So for example, if you had a book that filled 3 of the prompts, you'd get 150, and then you would gain the extra points on top of that. So for example, say you managed to fill POC rep with the book that filled 3 prompts, you'd get 175 points for your team. So build up those points. And then if you read, where is it? That one. you get 100 points for your team. Remember, you can't use that for any of the other prompts, including the bonus prompts. It is just solely 100 points for reading said book. But, you ready for this? If you finish all of your team prompts and your team book, you gain an extra 200 points for your team. So really, you do 2 books that fill all the prompts, or 1 book that fills all the prompts, and then the team book, you could gain an extra 200 points for your team. Think strategically, think strategically. So, yes, they are the points. Like I said, teams, brain gear does not work. So yeah, there are all the points. There are all the prompts. Now we're going to talk about the juicy bits, how this is going to work. So, Becca, the lovely person that she is, has done a lot of forms. Yes, lots of forms. So, you'll need to sign up. I'll leave a link once this is premiered, because obviously we're premiering this. This is my first premiered video. So once it's premiered, I'll leave all the links in the description below to all of the forms that you need, as well as Twitter and all of the good stuff. But you'll also find this on our Twitter. You'll have to sign up and pick your team. Once you've picked your team, you're locked in and ready to go. There will be a Google form for you to log your books to gain your team points. There is also a tracker. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. I'll leave the tracker to both teams, but there is a separate tracker for Princess and a separate tracker for Villains. So yeah, leave a link in the description below to all of that good stuff. If you want to see some extra bits, then Becca has actually done a little bit more in detail of how to do those forms. It's very self-explanatory, but what you'll need to do is you'll need to fill out your tracker, figure out how many points that book has got you, and then fill out the Google form that will be able to then add those points in for your team, and at the end we will have a winner. Now, don't forget who won the last team readathon during Marvelathon. I'm just saying. The competition has started. So, if you have any more questions about anything else, let me know and we will sort something out. I'm sure we will sort something out. Head over to our Twitter if you have any questions. And don't forget, this is fun, you know. If you only read 2 books, you only read 2 books. I know for a fact I'll probably only read 2 or 3 books. I'll make that one of my books, and then I'll find a couple of books that fill multiple prompts. I will be doing a recommendation video for books that I've read that will be good for good recommendations for the prompts for princesses. So yeah, thank you for watching. I feel like this is just, it's been a whirlwind. But yeah, thank you so much. I will see you all later. If you haven't already, go check out Becca's video. Again, leave a link in the description below once this is finished premiering. Have fun, everyone. See you all in the next video.